It's so exciting when I come to share informations here because I know my informations are benefiting people. I'm getting a lot of calls, a lot of people are thanking me. I'm seeing a lot of testimonies. People are really excited. Some of them are receiving their NOI, some of them are receiving their ITA, some of them their PRO application has been approved. So I'm really excited. I'm making a great impact. But anyways, that's not why I'm here today. The reason I'm here today is to basically analyze the series of draws that took place in July. It was so wonderful. It was awesome. A lot of ITAs were sent, a lot of NOIs were sent, a lot of people received them, and congratulations to everyone that received their ITAs, those that received their NOI, congratulations. CEC draws were so much. PMP did their draws, category-based draw, and even the Ontario UMA capital priority streams that I usually talk about on my YouTube channel, they did their draw, series of draw this month, and the total number of ITAs that were sent was 25,125 ITAs in the month of July. Can you guys imagine? That's so huge. That's so huge. Congratulations once again to everyone that received their ITA. My name is Raphael Ebose. This is my YouTube channel. On a regular basis, I post informations, update, breaking news, anything that I know will benefit you in your quest to relocate to Canada. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click the subscription button down below. Click and subscribe, and also turn on your notification button so that you'll always be the first to get my video whenever I post them. All right, guys. Also take note, in this video, I'll be taking you to the computer room to show you the NOCs or the occupations that were involved so that you know how to pick your NOCs as well. All right. I promise this video is going to be awesome because when you watch this video and you're really interested in coming to Canada, you know how to position yourself to receive your ITA in the coming months. Sit tight, guys. All right, guys. All right, it's good to be back. So we're going to start with the Ontario UMA capital priority streams. 2 draws were done, and the 2 draws were for healthcare workers. But take note, when it comes to Ontario UMA capital priority streams, they basically do draws for healthcare and tech workers, and they come to the Canada Express Entry pool, and they pick people in the healthcare and those in the tech, and they send them their NOIs. And when you accept the NOIs, automatically you send your application in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, you receive your 600 points if everything goes well. So 2 draws were done, and it was for healthcare. The first one was in July 18. The second one was July 25th. All right. So what does it take? What are the requirements for you to be selected when it comes to Ontario UMA capital priority streams? I've done a video. I did a detailed video about that. I'm just going to talk about that a little. One of the requirements is that you have to be in the express entry pool. And how do you get to the express entry pool? By creating your express entry profile. And how do you do that? You get your educational credential assessed, you write your IELTS exams, and once you've done those things, you have your means of identification, which could be your international passport or your national ID card. Then you should be able to create your express entry profile. I've done a video as well on how you can create your express entry profile. So the link will be in the description below. Once you create your express entry profile, take note, when you are creating your express entry profile, I'll always tell people there's a part where they'll ask you which province would you like to stay. So the best thing to do is just to click all the provinces there, all right? So that when Ontario do their draws, like the Ontario UMA capital priority streams, and they come to the express entry pool, they can select you. So that's how, in a short term, to be very brief and concise, that's how you can position yourself to be selected when it comes to the Ontario UMA capital priority streams for healthcare workers and tech workers. All right, let's go to the computer room. Let me show you now the draws that was done, the NOCs, and the number of ITs that was sent for the Ontario UMA capital priority streams. We'll just quickly run through the Ontario UMA capital priority streams, the draws they did in July. So we're going to start with the July 18 draws. In July 18 draws, they sent 1,240 NOIs, and it was a very good one because the NOIs, as we can see here, it's really much, and the CRS score they used was 425. This was for healthcare workers. this was for healthcare workers. So we'll just quickly run through it. We know what we're doing today. We're just analyzing the draws, and so that we can position ourselves very well for the draws that are coming ahead. So the healthcare workers, these are the NOCs, all right? So you go through this. I'll put the link for the website in my description, so you can always check it later and see where you fit in if you're an healthcare worker. All right, so they did a draw, and this was really good. We're very happy when this draw was done. I can remember a lot of calls coming in, and people were telling me they received their NOI and all that. So this was July 18, and after July 18, another one happened that really took everybody by surprise. This was also on July 25th. So the Ontario Human Capital Priority Stream, despite they've done for healthcare workers, they went back to the express entry pool and they picked general practitioners and family physicians. And take note, the draws they did before in July 18, these NOCs were already there, but they still came back and they picked 209 general physicians, family physicians, and general practitioners. So this was for healthcare for Ontario Human Capital Priority Stream. All right, let's go back to the video. I'll break it down so that you know how you can position yourself to be, so that you can receive your NOI in the coming months before the end of the year. All right. Hello, it's good to be back again. So you've seen the number of NOIs that were sent when it comes to the Ontario Human Capital Priority Streams. All right, so we're done with that. Let's go to the category-based draw. Category-based draw is a system that is kind of different from the general express entry, but basically, there's nothing special you need to do when it comes to that. What you basically need to do is just to have an active express entry profile. Once you have an active express entry profile, the system would automatically put you in the right category you belong to. All right. Category-based draw was done to meet the labor or the demand in the country. In Canada, there's a lot of shortage of workers in Canada in different aspects or different fields in Canada. So this system was created last year to meet that need. All right. So category-based draw is broken down into French, healthcare, STEM. The STEM comprises of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The trade workers, the agriculture, and the transportation. So I'm going to take you to the computer room now to show you the various NOCs in these different categories. Take note, I've done a video that explains in details everything you need to know about category-based draw. So the link is going to be in the description below, but this is just a brief overview, just a very short clip so that you understand and how you can position yourself to receive your ITA in the coming months. All right, let's go to the computer room. But before we do that, as I said earlier on, you don't need to do anything special. What you just basically need to do is to have an active express entry profile. All right. So how do you do that? It's still the same step. Get your document, verify, do your IELTS exams or whatever exams you want to do. Is it CELPIP? Is it French? Whatever it is, and then create your profile. And once you've done that, then you've positioned yourself for the category-based draw. All right, let's go to the computer room now as I show you the various NOCs in these different categories when it comes to category-based draw. All right, guys. So French, basically, you just need to get your French done, all right? Have your French language test done that shows a minimal score of 7 in all 4 language ability on the Navios D, the French, basically the French language proficiency test. All right. Then for the healthcare, so for the healthcare, these are the NOCs, all right? There are about 35 NOCs when it comes to healthcare, all right? So just take note, these are the NOCs. So when it comes to category-based draw, you see that they do draws for healthcare workers. These are the people they invite, all right? People that are chiropractor, dentists, all of them, they are here. As I said earlier on, I've done a video, so I'm not going to waste time on this, all right? I've done a detailed video about healthcare category-based draws, all right? So this is what it entails. So we go to science and technology, that's STEM. All right. So for STEM, these are the NOCs as well. So just take note, these are the NOCs. They do draws for them. They've not done draws for, they didn't do draws for STEM in July, but we know in the coming month, trust me, I'm so very optimistic that in the month of August or in the month of September, they will do draws, category-based draw for STEM. So for those under this category, those that their occupation falls under this, please get yourself prepared. You're going to be receiving your ITA very soon. Very, very optimistic about that. Trade occupation, they also did draws for them. These are the occupations under trade. They did draws for them, and it was really amazing. For transportation, these are the NOCs, all right? So these are the NOCs, managers in transportation, railway, carman woman, aircraft mechanics and aircraft inspector, air pilot, flight engineers, and flying instructors. So these are all the NOCs for transportation. And the last one is agriculture. Agriculture, they don't have much NOCs, all right? Just few NOCs, they're just about three, all right? Butchers, retail and wholesales, agriculture service, contractors and farm supervisors, contractors and supervisors, landscaping, ground maintenance, and horticulture services. All right, so this is what makes the category-based draw. These are the various professions that makes up the category-based draw. To be eligible, let's just quickly go through this. To be eligible for an invitation through the category-based draw, you must meet the minimal criteria for express entry, including being eligible for one of the three immigration program it covers. We all know the three immigration program, which is the federal skilled trade, the federal skilled worker, and the Canadian experience class. You must meet all the requirements in the instructions for that round. When we hold a category-based round of invitation, we'll rank candidates in the pool who meet the category requirement and invite top-ranking candidates to apply for permanent residence. So it's really amazing. It's a very straightforward process. All right, guys, let's go back to the studio while we break down the analysis the more. All right, guys. Back again. You've seen everything you need to know about category draw, based draw, the various NOCs, the various streams or the various professions when it comes to category based draw. All right, so we're done with that. So I'll just basically talk about the other draws that happened. I'll just show you the number of draws that were done, PMP, CAC, the reason why CAC was so much this month. Basically, the Minister of Immigration said he made a statement early this year that he was going to focus on domestic applicants. He was going to focus on people that are already in Canada. And one thing you should note is that CEC, most of the people under the category for CEC, they are in Canada. They are either working in Canada or they are schooling or one thing or they are doing one or two things in Canada. Yes, you can be outside Canada and still be part of the CEC category, but majority are already in Canada. So the Minister of Immigration is actually trying to see how these people in Canada, they can get their PR and all that. So that's why a lot of draws were done. 6,300 ITAs were sent the first draw in the month of July for CEC, and just on the 31st of July, another 5,000 ITA was sent for CEC. Amazing. So he's actually targeting domestic applicants. So that's why a lot of draws are being conducted for CEC, and more draws are going to come in the coming months. All right. So PMP as well. PMP, one thing you should note about PMP is that most of the time for you to be eligible in most of this PMP program, you must have a job offer. And once you have a job offer, most of the time you're already in Canada or you're coming to Canada. So it's still part of targeting domestic people or domestic application. I'm not saying if you're not in Canada, you cannot be eligible for PMP or you cannot get PMP. The Ontario Human Capital Priority Stream is part of the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So you can still be favored and get your NOI or whatever it is when it comes to PMP from the province you are applying to. But take note, PMP, if you look at it, you break it down, you discover that it's still majority of the people in PMP, they are domestic, they are already in Canada, they are working in Canada. So a lot of draws took place. All right, so let's go to the computer room. Let me just break it down. The 25,000 plus ITs that was sent, actually 25,125 ITs were sent in the month of July. I'll just take you there now, just break it down. All right, so let's go to the computer room. So let's just run a brief summary of the express entry draw that took place in July, just July. We're focusing on July, all right? So as we can see here, from July 2nd, it all started from July 2nd. The number of ITA that was sent provision nominee program was 920, and the CRS score was 739. Then July 4th, it was trade occupation under the category based draw. The number of ITA that was sent was 1,800, and the CRS score was 436. And in July 5th, it was healthcare occupation, that's the category based draw. It was 3,750 ITAs, and the CRS score was 445. Then, followed by July 8th, it was French proficiency, still under the category based draw. The number of ITAs that was sent was 3,200 ITAs, and the CRS score was 420. Then July 16th was provisional nominee program. The ITA that was sent was 1,391, and the CRS score was 670. Then followed by July 17th. This was like the biggest, all right? For a very long time, we've not had this kind of draws, all right? July was just jam-packed. The Canadian Experience class, which is the CEC, 6,300 ITAs were sent, and the CRS score was 515. Then July 18, proficiency. So we're taking note now. I hope you guys are taking note what's happening. This is the second time French was also done. 1,800 ITAs, 400 was the CRS score, followed by provisional nominee program. This was also the third time now provisional nominee program done in July. 964 ITAs, CRS score 686. All right. Then Canadian Experience class again, 5,000 ITAs were sent, and the CRS score was 510. In total, the number of ITAs that were sent in July is 25,125 ITAs. So this is really massive, and this is really huge. So that's why I'm doing the analysis, so that you guys will be able to prepare yourself for the coming months. A lot of draws are still going to happen, all right? Okay, so let's go back to the video. Let me break it down so that you people will understand these draws, why these draws are happening, and how you can position yourself so that you be the next person to receive your ITA or your NOI. So as you guys can see, you've seen the draws that took place, all right? Once again, congratulations to everybody that received their ITA. So you must be prepared if you really want to come to Canada as a permanent resident, which I believe is the best way to come to Canada. I'm not saying you cannot come to Canada through work visa or study permit. You can, all right? But if you want to come as a permanent resident to Canada, you must get yourself prepared in the coming months of the year. We still have a few months to go, and a lot of draws will be done. The Ontario Human Capital Priority Streams, the express entry draws, the category-based draws, the PMP, CEC will still be done. So get yourself prepared. I've talked about how you can get yourself prepared in this video. So get yourself prepared, be in the express entry pool, and before you know it, before the end of the year, you receive your ITs. All right, I'm going to stop here. It's always exciting when I come here to share information. So please, if you have not subscribed, you're just joining, I want you please to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos, opportunities, breaking news, anything that will facilitate or that will help you in your quest to relocate to Canada. So please click the subscription button down there below. Turn on the notification button as well. You don't want to miss out when I post new videos. So turn on the notification button so that you'll be the first to get my videos. All right, it was nice meeting you again here today. We'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.